Hello, scholars, and welcome back to Writing with Miss Rogers. Okay, so today we're going to talk about a time where we learned something new. And you know that we've been in school for a while now, and we've been learning a lot of new things, but it doesn't have to be something that you learned in school. Anytime you learn something new. So you know that the first step, we think about what we're going to put on our story. You know that Miss Rogers made this line a little bit. My picture going to be small today. I didn't notice that. But anyway, so we know that first we think and then we draw. Second step, think and then we write. Okay, so first Miss Rogers is gonna think about a time where she learned something new. So you know what Miss Rogers is gonna do when she learned how to count, when she learned how to count to 10. Miss Rogers learned how to count to 10, just like you guys. You guys know how to count to like 120. I don't even know. You guys know how to count really, really high. But Miss Rogers is going to think about a time when she learned something new. This is when she was younger, because you see Miss Rogers is a big girl now. All right, Miss Rogers is going to draw a picture of her learning how to count to 10. And this is when Miss Rogers was in school. So you know what? Miss Rogers is going to start off drawing her picture. There goes Miss Rogers. Let me do my hair. You know, Miss Rogers adds that brown sometimes, okay? Okay. Add my little black strands, so it's not all brown. And then I'm gonna add an excited face, because I was so excited to learn how to count to 10. And this is when Miss Rogers was younger though, but Miss Rogers wants to talk about it. You guys can literally tell me anything that you want. You guys can show me anything that you want. Anything. So Miss Rogers had on a dress. And you know what? Miss Rogers is going to be sitting in a chair. How about that? I'll make the chair right here. And this is the chair. So this is Miss Rogers sitting in this chair at school. And Miss Rogers remembers her kindergarten teacher. My kindergarten teacher's name was Miss Peppers. Miss Peppers. Isn't that crazy? Miss Peppers. And I'm really telling the truth, scholars. Miss Rogers' kindergarten teacher name was Miss Peppers, okay? So I'm gonna do Miss Peppers. She's at the board right now. And Miss Peppers had like curly hair and she had glasses too. So here goes her curly hair. And I'll make her glasses. Oh wow, Miss Rogers made the glasses really big, but she'll put her eyes in there. And Miss Peppers was happy, right? And seriously, her name is Peppers. I used to be like, Pepper? No, it's Peppers with an S. Like Peppa Pig. So there goes Miss Peppers, and this is Miss Peppers teaching. So I'm gonna put the board up here. And the board is right here. The board is right here. And I'm gonna put some numbers up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I'll put ... because that's her teaching me how to count to 10, okay? I'll put my little desk here. This is when Miss Rogers was a student like you guys, okay? So Miss Rogers knows that she learned something new when she learned how to count to 10 when she was in kindergarten, okay? So Miss Rogers is gonna think, and I'm gonna put some words to my story. So I learned how to count to 10. That's what I think I'm gonna write down. I learned how to count to 10. Okay, let's say that to ourselves 5 times. Let's do our countdown. I learned how to count to 10. 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 All right, let's do our handshake. You know, we clap like this first, and then we go like this. Okay, ready? Woo! One more time. Woo! Good. So Miss Rogers is gonna write that down. I learned how to count to 10. So we start off with I. Meatball space, let's write learn. So, ooh, what letter does that sound like? L, good. Then we have a vowel. Egg, eh. What do we think? What vowel is that? Egg, eh. This is one of our vowel cards. E, good. So E. Then we have apple, A. Good. A. Then we have R, like red. What letter? R, good. Then we have nice. What do you think? Good, N. Then we have egg, again. What vowel is that? We just wrote it down. E, good. Then we have D. Good, D. So learned. I learned, okay? So you know we reread so we know what comes next. So I learned how to count to 10. So I learned how, meatball space, what do you think that starts with? Good, H. Then we got ox up. O. Then we have woo. Woo. Good. So let's reread so we know what comes next. I learned how to, meatball space, 2 is a sight word. How do we spell 2? 2 is a sight word. T. Then we have Good. I learned how to, I had no space here, count. How do you think we spell count? What letter is that? C. Good. Then we have another vowel, ox, what is that? O. Good. Then we have up, Good. U. Then we have again. What letter was that? N. Good. Then we have t. What letter is that? Good. I learned how to count to. We wrote 2 already, so let's copy that there. T-O. Meatball space 10. And let's write 10 in number, the way we write it with our numbers. So how do we write 10? We got a 1 and a 0. Good. I learned how to count to 10. Okay, Scott, so you know that when we finish early, we're gonna add some details to our story. So some details that I'm missing in the story is my notebook on my desk. So let's think about what we're missing. There goes my notebook. What else am I missing? Miss Rogers can add Miss Peppa's desk, because that was Miss Rogers' kindergarten teacher. And her desk always had like coffee on it and stuff. Like she was always drinking something. So this is her little cup. And she had like a lot of papers on her desk too, because she was always grading something. So, and they were always like piled up, which was like, oh my gosh, Miss Peppa, you have so many papers on your desk. Okay, so that's what Miss Rogers added. Now I'm gonna add a sentence to my story. I learned how to count to 10. How about I was so happy? Let's look at my face. I was so happy. Let's say that to ourselves 5 times. I was so happy. 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 Let's do our handshake. Woo! One more time. Good. I was, so we know we reread, so we know what comes next. I, meatball space, was, that's a sight word. What letter? W, good. Then we have apple, good. A. Then we have S. Good. I was so, again, S, good. Then we have ox, good. Then we have, so let me reread so I know what comes next. I was so happy. Meatball space, happy. What does that start with? H, good, H. We got apple, A. Then we have, good, 2 P's, because happy has 2 P's. And then Y. Good. I learned how to count to 10. I was so happy. Okay, first we think and then we draw. Miss Rogers wanted to think about a time where she learned something new from a long time ago, and Miss Rogers was really happy when she learned how to count to 10 in kindergarten. So this is her kindergarten teacher, Miss Peppa's. Miss Rogers knew that she was at school, so she's sitting at her desk at school. There's the board, there's Miss Peppa's, her kindergarten teacher, and that's what my picture was. Then she thought again, so we know our second step is to think, and then we write. Miss Rogers wrote, I learned how to count to 10. That's what I learned how to do because that's what words go with my story. So then Miss Rogers added some more details to her story, and then she added another sentence, I was so happy. Okay, scholars, now it's your turn to tell me about a time where you learned something new. You guys have been learning a lot of new things in school, so you could talk to me about that, or you could tell me when you learned how to ride a bike, when you learned how to color, when you learned how to do anything that you want to tell Miss Rogers, okay? Good job, scholars, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.